welcome to our weekly intervention, y'all. How y'all doing? How's everybody? Yes. So, hope y'all have been having a wonderful day thus far. It's been okay for me. It's been busy. It's been busy. It has. I've been staying really busy these days. So yeah. Um, Let me go ahead and get my incense lit, and let's get started with this, okay? So I plan on doing a regular reading after this, after this weekly intervention video, and yeah, plan on doing that, and I see you guys are liking the weekly interventions. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just thank you. I appreciate you. I do. I want you to keep coming back so we can learn together. Because I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning how to protect my inner child and what my inner child needs and things like that. And I have been providing. I really have. And it helps. It helps. I've also been accepting my shadow side more, and I'm also understanding it more, and why we have it and why we need it. And we do. We do need it. We do need that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with it. I already welcome my spiritual guides and spiritual teams, to the session. That's how I was able to pull the cards that I pulled. And if you recall, the post for the light, it was arbitrate. I keep wanting to say arbitration. What does that got to do with this, y'all? Arbitration. Isn't arbitration like an agreement? Isn't that what that is? Let me look it up. Real quick. Because I have a feeling. It's every time I see this card, I automatically say arbitration, but it's aspiration. So let me see arbitration. Hold on a second, y'all. Arbitration. But I'm thinking arbitration. I'm thinking it is. Oh. So arbitration is an alternative dispute resolution method where one or more neutral arbitrators chosen by the parties hear evidence. Look at my mouth, juicy. This is going to be good. And render a decision called an award to resolve a dispute outside of a court system. It offers advantages like a faster, more private, and potentially less expensive process than litigation, but the award is often binding with limited appeal rights. Okay. Okay. So the first card that came out today for the inner child is aspiration, and the light side says, see, I can't see that because it's white on and it's real small. What did I write? Ambition, motivation, and drive. Okay, I'm glad I wrote these down earlier. And then the shadow side of that is altruism, generosity, and impact. Okay? Okay. Those are the two for the, that's the one, let me slow down. That's the first card that was pulled for the inner child. And the second card that was pulled was service. And it's, the light says altruism, generosity, and impact. Wait a minute. Wait. I read it wrong. Sorry, y'all. I read it wrong. Let me go back. So for aspiration, for the light, it says ambition, motivation, and drive. For the shadow, it says, this is so hard to read. Complacency, lack of direction, and apathy. Now that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Service was the second card. Okay. Aspiration, ambition, motivation, and drive is the inner child. The shadow, that's the light. The shadow is, what did I say it was, y'all? Complacency, lack of direction, and apathy. And down at the bottom it reads, aspire to achieve your highest potential. Set your sights high. Set your sights high. See there? It is. See how it, and then at the top, those are very hard to read, even with my glasses. But that's what it is. That was the first one, aspiration, and then the second is service. Service. I can read this better because it's the background's darker. Light is altruism, altruisms, generosity, and impact. And the shadow is selfishness, indifference, and neglect. And down at the bottom it says, serve others with love and compassion, make a difference. I'm going to do another reading because I want to talk about that. I want to talk about service. See there? See, it's easier to read than other cards. Yeah, I want to talk about service. I do. I do. I want to talk about that. But this is not the platform for it. I will talk about it on the other one. And then on the shadow, from the shadow deck, the first card that came out was limiting beliefs. Ultimately, you become what you believe. Yeah. Mindset, self-realization. Okay, limiting beliefs. You know, I struggled with that. I did. I struggled with limiting beliefs. And it's a lot of times that happens because of the way we're raised and the things we're taught and the standards we were taught to live by. Yeah. And then the second one that came, sacred boundaries. Respecting and honoring your limits sets you free. Assertiveness and self-care. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. You know what? You all can also, when I post the picture of the cards that was pulled and everything, if you guys go in there and enlarge the photo, you may be able to read the cards a lot better, you know, and write them down at your own pace without using screenshot. Just a thought. And so I pulled an angel card as well as declare and decree card today. Okay? And the declare and decree, remember, you may not remember, you write these down. This is for any blockages or anything that you may have going on. You write these down. You write these down, and you what, baby?
It's nothing. I just wanted to check on you.
Okay, come check on me in a little while.
That's so much spider webs.
I know it, baby.
Yes.
I'll get them.
Okay.
They like me for some reason. I don't know. Yeah. So the declare and decree, you're gonna write these down on a piece of paper. You're gonna burn them, and you're gonna give thanks to your spiritual team, your spiritual guides, whoever you hold high, and thank them for clearing these blockages. Okay. So the card that I pulled for our group today, well, it was this morning, actually, when I pulled it. It is all spell work, rituals, black magic, evil eye, blocking spells, and all evil works done against myself and family are destroyed in spirit and in flesh. Check it out. Okay? Screenshot it. Right? Yeah. And that way, you know, unless you want to rewind it and listen to what I read, but yeah, screenshot that. All spell work, rituals, black magic, evil eye, blocking spells, and all evil works done against myself and my family are destroyed in spirit and in flesh. Write those down on a piece of paper, burn it, and give thanks to your Most High, okay? Do that. That's going to clear those blockages. That's going to destroy those things, okay? And so I also pulled an angel number card, and the card that flew out, 1818. This number may be very significant to some of you. I know it is for me. Optimism, it says. Optimism, successful manifestation of your abundance is near. Higher levels of optimism are needed as new abundant beginnings are on the horizon. Brighter days always come after the darkest of nights. Yes. And then the affirmation for this number, angel number, is everything in perfect order as I enter into this new chapter, into this next chapter of my journey, and connect to the abundance that is near. Everything is in perfect order as I enter into this next chapter of my journey and connect to the abundance that is near. Yeah. There you go. 1818. Backwards is 8181. It's still good. Still good. Yes. Okay. So those are, every time I look at that aspiration card, I see arbitration. Is somebody going through something in court? Or do you have a court case, or is there an inheritance or something going on, a lawsuit or something? Something's happening. Something's going on. Okay? And then the service card. How do you serve others? Do you serve others? And if you do, how do you do that? How do you do that? Do you serve others by, say for instance, at dinner time? Do you serve your mate Um, do you serve them their dinner, or do you all just, you know, serve yourselves? Do you? Now that's something my husband used to do every single time, was serve me my food. I don't know why he did it. I asked him why he did it. He just said, because I'm supposed to. And I said, I thought I was supposed to do that. And he said, why would you think that? I was raised that that's what I was supposed to do. But when I met him, I never had to do it. Never, ever. He would not let me do it. Only time I could do it and get away with it is if he didn't know that I was done cooking. And then I could serve him. But if he knew I was done, it wasn't happening. And yeah. So that to me, that was part of his service to me. I guess he just didn't know how to say it. He just didn't know what it was really. But yeah, and my service to my family, my family, you know, was my service was to always make sure they had a clean home, you know, um, clean clean laundry. I just that was my service to my family. And when I did have friends, which I friends was I love people, but friends often made me feel like I was being controlled, and I didn't like. I never liked being controlled. You don't have to control me because I'm good, you know. I'm just good like that. I don't have to be controlled. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm not supposed to do. You don't have to monitor me like that. Nobody. Not even at work. You never have to monitor me like that because I know what I'm supposed to do. And I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. I'm not, you know. But that kind of bothered me a lot as far as friends were concerned. And even with my friends, when I did have friends and they would come to my home, I would serve my friends. I didn't like people going in my refrigerator. It's my refrigerator. I don't care about how close we are. This is my home. That's my refrigerator. If you need something, I will get it for you. If you want something to drink, I will get it for you. If you whatever you need, I will get it for you. If you need to use the bathroom, then I will show you where it is. But yeah, I that was my service. I made sure that my home was habitable for everybody that came into my home. But I never liked a lot of company. They said I was always weird. And they always said I was weird. I was just weird. You just weird. You just weird like that. You just strange. I didn't think it was a problem because when I go to your house, I'm gonna do your house the same way. I'm not gonna get up and go do this and go do that because I'm in your home. But when I went to their homes, they were so lackadaisical about everything. I felt uncomfortable because go get it, go get it, go get it. This is your house. I don't know where anything is. Yeah. So yeah, that's how I grew up. Did any of y'all grow up like that? Because I am particular about things. I really am. And I've always been this way. And it was hard. I can laugh now. But it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny, y'all, when it was happening. My husband and his family, I know they had to deal with something dealing with me. I know that. But I'm so respectful. I really am. I'm respectful. I'm respectful of people. I'm respectful of your homes. I'm respectful that way. And my husband was not like that. He was lackadaisical, like my so-called friends I had, you know. So he was like, go get it, go. I'm like, no, they can't. That's no. Yeah, yeah. So that was that was that was something. That was really something to have to endure, especially on my behalf, because that really just, to me, that just bothered me for somebody that didn't live in my house to go in my refrigerator. I'm wrapping this up, y'all. But yeah, that's that particular. Okay, particular. So, and I'm looking at this sacred boundaries card on the shadow side, and it's, listen what it says, y'all. Again, respecting and honoring your limits sets you free. Yes, I have boundaries, and I still do. I still do. I am so. It rubs off on the people that are around me because they learn that, and when they go off and go other places, they do that. That's what they do, and then that's what they teach my son. That's what they teach their friends. So hey, my bonus sons know. They already know. Until I say, get it, they go and get it. But if I don't say, they will not. They will not. But anyway, y'all, yes, that's what it's about this week. These are the one things you're going to be focusing on this week. Service, aspiration. What do you aspire to do? What are some of your aspirations? Uh, your ambitions. What's driving you? What's your driving force at this time? You know, are you lacking direction? You know, that's part of your shadow. Apathy. You know, what's that other word? Complacency. Are you just stuck? Yeah, yeah. Aspire to achieve your highest potential. Set your sights high. Set them high, y'all. Set them high. You know, we settle too much. We settle for less so much. Set them high. Set them high. Yeah. And those limiting beliefs, yeah, we need to let that go, because it is what it says. And it's very, very limiting. You are limiting yourself from some very beautiful things that could be happening in your life just because of those limiting beliefs. Just because of those. So yeah, reflect on these. Research limiting beliefs. Do your research on that. I didn't understand a lot of it until I did a little research on it. And I was like, damn, you know, I did this to myself. Yeah, yeah. But I dare y'all to do some service that you haven't done. Completely serve from your heart. Do that. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. It's going to make you feel so good. It really is. But I'm going to end it here for our weekly intervention. I hope you got something out of it. Do your research. Reflect on the what we went over, the cards we went over. Reflect on those and see where they fit in your lives, and see how you can fit them in your lives. Do that as well. So I'm going to end it here with our weekly intervention. Thank you once again. I appreciate you all. I love you all. And we'll see you again. We'll meet up again here next week. Okay? You guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and a wonderful rest of this week, okay? Beautiful. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. All right, y'all.